Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is the Doctor and today I am going to tell you about some Star Trek Online news. That's all this video is about. We're going to go over some new things that are coming out and to let you know that I will be covering them in their entirety when they do. And this includes the 4th year anniversary, this includes the new featured episode series, this includes all the new stuff that's coming in Season 8.5. Yes, Season 8.5, not Season 9 yet. This Season 8.5, of course, is coming out just months after Season 8 was released, which was just recently with the Voth and the Dyson Sphere stuff. And now 8.5 is coming out literally like next week. I'm recording this on January 23rd, and Season 8.5 is coming out January 30th. And it's introducing a whole lot of stuff, more than you might think. And maybe this is stuff they originally planned to get into Season 8 but did not make it. However, it is here now. So, of course, there will be a 4th year anniversary celebration this year, just like the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st year. And there will be new starships for us, Federation Klingon and Romulan. I don't know what those are yet. There are possibly leaked screenshots out there, but some are saying those are fake, so who knows what yet. There will be a new featured episode series that continues the storyline that we had with Worf when we played that mission where we went to the Solanae, like this conglomeration of gates. I guess you could call them stargates, but literally they are Iconian gates and gateways to other places, and we found that whole network system and everything. Well, this featured episode series is supposed to continue that storyline, so that will be exciting. There's a new voice actor coming, also in the anniversary, and also he'll be in Season 9 from Star Trek Voyager, and a whole lot of other stuff. So I'm just going to go over some of this news here and read it for you, and I've got the tabs all set up in my browser here that I'm recording, and I'm going to just go over some of this news. We'll read it, we'll skim through it, and we'll talk about it. And also, just letting you know, I'm going to fully cover all of it. All of the anniversary stuff, all of the Season 8.5 stuff. I will do videos on it. I will do videos on the new starships. I will do videos on the featured episode series. Everything that I can do, I will do. And it's all starting January 30th, so get ready. Okay. This update will be released on January 30th as part of the Star Trek Online's 4th anniversary celebration. Participating in the usual fun and games with Q will let you earn cool new starships, or 3, and it is 3, Federation, Romulan, and Klingon. They have been hard at work on adapting Dyson technology to their standard ship designs, and you can be among the first to try out these new hybrid starships. Yes, these are Dyson hybrid starships, so this is Dyson technology found from the Dyson Sphere in the Delta Quadrant, where the Voth and us are all fighting and everything. We have taken technology from this sphere and integrated it into these starship designs, and it's a Dyson hybrid starship. I cannot wait. This sounds exciting. We'll also be releasing a new featured episode along this update, and it stars Star Trek actor who will bring their characters to Stowe for the first time, and I will go over that right after this. We're excited to be continuing the storyline for the game with this amazing episode, and we'll be announcing who this actor is in about a week, which they've already announced, and I'll tell you who that is. So this featured episode series will continue the storyline. Very awesome. There's also going to be, of course, hopefully a lot of bug fixes and stuff in 8.5. At least I'm hoping. Fire at will. Boy, that thing is not critting, and I do hope they get that fixed. They're working on a fix, so hopefully they'll get that done. The hourly event calendar is going away. Yes, this is big news, and in fact, there's a whole thing about it that I'll read. But basically, the hourly event calendar is going away, and it's going to be, I guess, replaced by these like weekend-long events where your rewards are doubled even more. Like, you know how you could go and play, let's say, there would be like a bonus mark event where you go, and this worked well for the Taldewa sector patrols. Usually it's 60 Romulan marks normal, but if you do it during the bonus hour, you get 75 Romulan marks, right? Well, that's going away, and it's going to be replaced by a weekend-long bonus mark event for whatever. So that's those two things. They are doing a big update to the Klingon War storyline on the Federation side, and this has been needed forever. Let me just go back in time a little bit. Back in time, a long time ago, when this game first came out, there are several missions that are not like they were. The Doomsday Machine mission was totally different. The Vulcan one, the very first one after you help the Azure, it's totally different. Diplomatic Immunity, I believe it's called. It's different. Even that first mission's different. What they did is, after the game had been out a while, they revamped those missions and gave us like a revamped version. Like Doomsday is just totally different than what it was. I mean, that's really the biggest change. And Diplomatic Immunity is pretty different too. But I'll tell you what, Doomsday is nothing like what it used to be. So they revamped those missions and made them better. And their plan at the time was that they were going to go back and revamp all the Federation missions and update them and make them better, okay, in that same way. Well, they never did this. Cryptic ended up getting sold to PWE, a lot of crap happened. That whole thing never happened. Well, it's finally happening. 4 years later, it's finally happening. Well, I guess 3 years later, it's finally happening. They have gone back and revamped these missions. And this is, to me, completing a promise that they had set like 3 years ago. And they're finally getting to fulfilling that goal that they wanted to do. So I see this as a good thing because, well, first of all, they need a revamp. And this is fulfilling a goal that they had set a long time ago, and they're finally doing it. Yay! Took them long enough, but yay. So, as part of our mid-season release, we're excited to announce that we have gone back and retouched many of our early episodes in the Federation's Klingon War story arc. These episodes are key to the early gameplay for Federation characters, and they help to establish both how to play the game and what kind of Star Trek stories players should expect. As such, that means that they can benefit from many of the improvements that Star Trek Online has gained over the intervening years since launch. Some of the Klingon War stories have already been updated, of course. Stranded in Space and Diplomatic Orders. I said Diplomatic Immunity, didn't I? I meant Diplomatic Orders. Stranded in Space, Diplomatic Orders were remastered to take advantage of new techniques and new code that improves their quality. Rather than turn 1 or 2 episodes into feature episodes, though, we've chosen to go through to make noticeable improvements on all of them. The stories remain the same, and much of the gameplay is still there, but we've tweaked the missions to be faster, more dynamic, and more visually interesting. And here's a selection of the things we've done. Alright, mini contacts. We've added mini contacts. The fly-out messages from your bridge officers or occasionally from enemies to enhance the storyline of the game. Mini contacts are a great way for us to get across a little bit of dialogue, flavor, or explanatory text without taking up an entire contact window or stopping the flow of play. So we've taken advantage of these. Better encounter pacing. Rather than pacing several encounters with the same difficulty level all in a row, we've paced the encounters so that you'll face different levels of challenge. Sometimes you'll surprise a few enemy ensigns or technicians, and you'll be able to defeat them handily. But when you reach the goal of your mission, you better be prepared for a tough enemy captain who's trying to stop you. Removed extraneous encounters. To improve the flow of the missions, we've removed some encounters that didn't make sense or weren't important to the story. Cloak friendly. If you play a ship with a cloaking device, like an upgraded Defiant class vessel or a Federation allied Romulan ship, you'll find that many of the missions are much more accommodating for the use of your cloaking device. You won't be decloaked by most simple actions. Now that is a plus. Heck yeah! New art and environments. We've updated some of our old maps with new art to make them more beautiful, more playable, and more distinctive. You'll see this on missions such as Researcher Rescue and the Kuvok Ma, where the outdoor maps have been redone to take advantage of new terrain and vegetation. And in Hide and Seek and Stop the Signal, where the Klingon listening posts are now much more Klingon themed. Task Force Hippocrates boasts an entirely new interior map for Research Hospital. The Kuvok Ma has a new map for the Federation Embassy on Regulus 4, and the maps for Hatoria and the United Klingon likewise get an update. So that's very nice, including all of our latest tricks for the winter cold, where you'll see the fog of your breath and slip on black ice. Okay, just adds a little bit of gameplay element. Tightened and improved dialogue. In many places, we've tightened up the dialogue for the mission so that you can pick up the story with only a page or two of text. Okay, nice. And career-specific options and accolades. This is something that definitely came into the game a lot later and was not in the early missions. We've added alternate paths for several missions and goals based on your career. If you're not playing a character of the opposite career, fear not. You can still team up with someone and follow the alternate path and get credit for both at the same time, which you can do now anyway. But that's good that they're putting those in the early missions. So even if you've already played through the story arc in the past, you can easily replay these episodes. And I think I will. Now, I know that they've also updated the Klingon stuff in the last season or two, and I stopped at like Klingon House or some mission or whatever, and I know you guys have said they've updated these missions, I should continue playing the early Klingon missions, and you're probably right, I should. Well, now they're also doing this to the Federation side, and I should do that as well. What's going to end up happening, though, is by the time that I replay all these missions, it's really kind of pointless to do on one of my playlists that have already played through the entire thing to level 50. What I would be better off doing is probably creating a new character and doing another playthrough so that we can, now see what the game is like updated, because the playthroughs that I did, especially on the Federation side, was done like 3 years ago. The game has way changed since then. So it's going to be a lot different. So it might be time for me to actually do complete new playthroughs on the Klingon and Fed side so that we can see the benefits that all the new stuff in the game have. But I might wait till like season 9 for that, until we get the absolute latest updates and all these bug fixes. As soon as season 8.5 comes out, there's going to be a ton of bugs. So I might want to wait till they fix the bugs to do that. Plus, I'm still going to finish Rassilon and do ships and everything. So I will probably replay these on a new character, but that will be way down the road. When I can get to it. But in the meantime, maybe I will. I don't know. I did do it on the KDF side. I did do the new tutorials and stuff. Maybe I'll replay some of these. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It just depends if I've got the time to do it, because they are really putting in a whole lot of new stuff, and I want to cover all of it, but I can only do so much. All right, the next thing in Season 8.5, they have updated the Undine. Yes, the Undine get a complete overhaul. Their ships, the visuals have been overhauled. I guess their powers or whatever. The Undine were established, blah, 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 blah. We felt that the Undine in Star Trek Online were not on par with the Borg in terms of their toughness and challenge rating, so we've decided to go back and make them a little bit smarter, a little bit faster, and a little bit tougher. So there are frigates, cruisers, and battleships, and all have been updated with better AI, faster engines. They're now a little smarter. That's cool. They tweaked the AI on the cruiser. The battleship, its damage output was lower than the Knickers, so now it's capable of dealing out destruction worthy of its rank of battleship. So I guess the battleship is going to be a lot tougher now. And the Dreadnought was always also on the weak side, so it looks like they beefed up the Dreadnought as well. That's very interesting. So updated AI, refresh powers, and retuned damage is the summary on the Undine. And they say here, but why would we update the Undine, you ask? Well, stay tuned to find out. That leads me to believe that there's going to... and then another big thing I was talking about earlier is the whole ship management, loadout, and quick equip systems. All these things are being added or changed, are going to be different. There's a new ship management, loadout, and quick equip system. These systems are really going to change the way you play the game, and we couldn't be more excited to share them with you. This system, the ship management system, is the core of the 3 new features. Basically, this system will allow you to swap between ships from any public or social non-instance map, like Sector Space or Earth Space Dock. You simply select the ship you want, and your old ship will warp away, and your new ship will warp in. But wait, there's more. Have you ever logged into the game and wanted to change to your cruiser, escort, etc., but ultimately decided not to because it would take too much time and you only had an hour or so to play? You just didn't want to invest the 30 or 40 minutes it could take to setting up your new ship build? Well, the new ship management system can help you there too, as we are introducing another new feature we are calling Loadouts. This system will allow you to set up preset loadouts for each of your ships. 2 slots are provided for free on each ship, and additional loadout slots may be purchased. When you swap to a different ship, it will remember the loadout you left it in, and you can immediately swap to a different saved loadout if you choose. You don't even need to have the gear you need in your inventory, as swapping out loadouts will pull your gear from your inventory or other ships or even your bank. Note, it will not be able to pull from your account bank, fleet bank, or other characters, though. The same gear can be assigned to multiple ships and loadouts. Loadouts can also be set up to remember your bridge officers, and soon after the initial implementation is released, loadouts will also remember your duty officers and even your power tray loadout. Bam, you're ready to go. Now that is awesome. The only thing I don't like is the fact that the power tray loadout option is going to come later. That's my biggest complaint. It's not so much putting the new gear on my ship, but it's the fact that I have to go into sector space or Earth space dock and change all the buttons on my power tray. That is the most annoying part. So that is going to come later, but at least they're going to include it in this loadout system, and that will make it awesome once it's there. When the system launches, you will only be able to edit loadouts of your readied ship. So if you want to create or edit a loadout of a different ship, you will have to switch to that ship and then do that. Later, the system will allow you to edit any of your inactive ships at the ship selector. Okay, so they will improve upon it. Initially, it's going to be a little limited. Later on, it's going to be awesome. And then the quick equip system. To make setting up loadouts even easier, we are introducing the brand new quick equip system. Simply click on any gear slot in your ship's status screen, and you will see a list of all available gear that can go into that slot. The system will even tell you where that gear is located, whether it is in your inventory, your bank, or on another ship. If you are at a starbase, quick equip will allow you to move gear freely from bank to ship to ship. If you are not at a starbase, quick equip will restrict you to the gear in your inventory and readied small craft, but it will show you other potential gear you have stored in the bank. Okay, this allows you to know what other options you may have waiting for you. Interesting, that'll be something to try out. Finally, with the release of the new systems, we will be raising the cap of the starship slots to 50. So basically, I heard that like the current cap is like 38 or 40 or something like that, but they're now going to make it 50, so you can have 50 total starships on each character. That's good. Especially for a person like me who has like every starship in the game. That's very important. The above features are still a work in progress, blah, blah, blah. Also, as we mentioned, some of the above features may release shortly after the launch of Season 8.5. So, some of these features will come after. Oh yeah, that's going to be good. What else? Oh yeah, the event systems revamp. I talked about that. They're making the event systems go away. Or an overhaul. We originally, you can read about what they intended to do, but basically, what they're going to do is they're going to increase the rewards dramatically. The recent Dyson Sphere weekend is a great example of our change in direction. By giving between a 50% and 100% bonus to mark rewards, we saw lots of players playing together and participating in the event. Their goal is that they want to get people playing together in big groups. So instead of having this instead of allowing you to do this every day, they're going to pull it back to just like doing it on the weekend, and then that will pull everybody together into one weekend. And they're trying to get bigger groups at a given time, is what it sounds like. They're going to be running the events less frequently. Instead of having a new event run every hour, we'll be running events for several days centered around a weekend. While the events will be less frequent, the larger rewards, along with the extended time they'll be active, should net larger returns for all players. Now, that's given that you're going to play the entire weekend. A lot of players like me don't have the time to do that. I play throughout the week, so I'm going to lose some of what I had before in getting marks because I'm not going to be able to spend a whole weekend in Star Trek Online. I mean, sometimes I can, but not very often, so I'm going to lose that chance. Sometimes I'm out of town and I can't play during the weekend. So, that's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting. I know I'm going to lose a little in the process. So it'll be a bit of an adjustment, but it's coming, so there's nothing we can do about it. So that's pretty much a summary, and there's probably going to be more stuff. That's just Season 8 devblog number 41. I suggest everyone, if you're interested in what new is coming to Season 8.5 and beyond, to read those dev blogs on the main page. and it's only January 23rd right now, and as we get closer to the 30th, they'll be releasing more info about new things or whatever coming. So I'm not going to make another news update unless it's really necessary, but that gives you just a general overall that a whole bunch of stuff is coming for 8.5 in on the 30th, as well, of course, as the anniversary, the 4th year anniversary. I will be covering all of it, every bit of it that I can. I'll cover the anniversary celebrations. I'll cover the new featured episode series, the new ships, the new starships. I'll do everything that I can when all this comes out. So please stay tuned to my channel, and hopefully, I'll get all that stuff out to you pretty quickly. I'm going to be on it as soon as it's released. Hopefully there won't be any server crashes and stuff, but you never know. Anyway, that just gives you an idea of what's coming, and I thought it was worth making a little video on here, I guess a long video now, just because there's a lot more stuff in 8.5 coming than we thought, plus the anniversary, and I just wanted you guys to know I'm going to do my best to cover everything I can. So there you go, new stuff. Also, I just have to mention this, a little sidetrack, but this is coming. I suggest you all read about it. ARC, it's coming. It's basically, think of it like Steam. You have a centralized program where all of your games are playable through. This is PWE's version of Steam. They call it ARC. Basically, ARC is coming so that you can play other PWE games. That's really the only goal with this. They want you to play other PWE games, Star Trek Online included. So the real debate and question right now that people are questioning is ARC going to be mandatory? Right now, you can play Star Trek Online through Steam, or even you can, after you download it through Steam or other means, straight from the website, you can actually set it up so that you launch the game through the current game launcher outside of Steam. Like, I don't even have to have Steam running to run Star Trek Online, even though I downloaded it through Steam. I have the launcher set up, so all I do is double click, the launcher comes up, I log in, and there I'm in Star Trek Online, even though it's downloaded through Steam. Well, that whole launcher is potentially going to go away and replaced by ARC. So there's a lot of debate if this is going to be mandatory or not. And if it's mandatory, I don't like it, because I like the way that I'm doing things right now through Steam, or running this separately without having to have anything like Steam open in the background. And if you have ARC would be open in the background, just like Steam would. But I like the way it's done right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. There's a whole lot of debate in the forum. I'm in a huge explosive thread on it. Pretty much everybody hates it. There's a few that are like, I'm okay with it. But pretty much everybody, the majority of the thread is like, do not want. Do not want. Unfortunately, I think we're going to get. I think it's coming, and we can't stop it. And I think it's more PWE pushing that than Cryptic. I don't even know if Cryptic wants it, but PWE is pushing it because they want people to play their other games. So anyway, that's a whole big debate. I'm not going to go in length about it. Y'all can discuss it. And whenever they decide what's going to happen and how it's going to be implemented, then we'll talk about it. But at this point, I can still launch my game through the launcher, and that's the way I'm going. So anyway, there's some news for you. As more news comes out, I'll keep you guys updated. And I hope you all enjoy your day, have fun in Star Trek Online, and prepare for Season 8.5 and the 4th anniversary coming up very soon, right around the corner, like next week. So thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next.